Hello everyone. Welcome to Dramatically Yours. These are some of the top best 8 Korean dramas where the rich boy falls for the poor girl. A very common trope in the world of K-dramas is the rich/poor trope where one of the main leads is incredibly rich and the other lead is incredibly poor. This often adds to the romance and drama of the series in that the poor character is always trying to figure out a way to achieve their dreams in order to make more money. While doing this, there seems to always be a romantic relationship that develops. So stick around to know more about these 8 dramas. For more recommendations on the best and newest Asian films and dramas, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Without further ado, in no particular order, let's get to the video. Number 1. Fated to Love You. Mi Young is a typical office clerk who is rather plain, somewhat awkward and has her good nature taken advantage of by her coworkers on a daily basis. While on vacation, she accidentally spends one night with a stranger who happens to be handsome, charming and rich. And her life will never be the same. This fateful encounter brings a love that transforms this not-so-special girl into an attractive, warm, lovable young lady. Number 2. Shining Inheritance. Go Eun-sung's life is similar to Cinderella's. After her father died, her stepmother, Baek Sung-hee, took away all of her assets and her younger brother, Eun-woo, suddenly disappears without a trace. Despite this, Eun-sung perseveres and works really hard to fulfill her dreams. When the CEO of a food company, Jang Suk-ja, suffers amnesia and can't remember who she is, Eun-sung takes her in. However, Eun-sung does not know that she is the grandmother of Sun Woo-hwan, the man who she switched bags with at the airport. How will their constant bickering lead them to realize that they care more about each other than they let on? Number 3. I Am Not a Robot. Kim Min-kyu is the largest shareholder of a financial company. He suffers from a human allergy, preventing him from normal interactions with other people. He becomes interested in a robotic project named OG-3 created by the Santa Maria robotic team. The team is headed by Hong Baek-jaeun, inventor of OG-3 and world-renowned robotics professor. He modeled OG-3 after his ex-girlfriend, Jo Ji-ok, a struggling inventor that also works as a personal shopper to make ends meet. Just when Kim Min-kyu wants to test the robot, an accident causes the malfunction of the robot's battery. Hong Baek-jaeun begs Jo Ji-ok to take the place of OG-3 and pretend to be the robot so they can get funding from Kim Min-kyu. But OG-3 becomes the closest thing that the lonely Min-kyu has to real contact with another person. Number 4. The Heirs. Kim Tan is the heir to Empire Group who has been sent to study abroad in the US. In reality, it's a form of exile, as his elder half-brother back home schemes to take over the family business. While in the States, Kim Tan meets Cha Eun-sang, who arrived from Korea in search of her older sister. He feels himself falling for her, never realizing that she's the daughter of his family's housekeeper. When his fiancée Rachel Yu arrives to bring him back to Korea, his heart is torn between love and duty. Number 5. She Was Pretty. As a young girl, Hae-jin was impossibly cute and lived a comfortable life with her wealthy parents. Since entering her teens, both her looks and fortunes have drastically changed. She currently lives rent-free with a friend and is a part-time clerk at a convenience store. Out of the blue, Song-joon, her childhood friend, contacts her and suggests they meet. He is unaware that Hae-jin recently spotted him and knows how fit and handsome he had become. Not wanting to disappoint him, she insists her pretty best friend go in her place. What could go wrong? After landing a full-time job, Hae-jin is surprised to find out that Song-joon is her boss. To add insult to injury, he is treating her with nothing but disdain and contempt. This is not the friend she fondly remembers, so she goes about hiding her true identity from him. Number 6. Cinderella and Four Knights. Eun Ha-won is a bright high school senior who dreams of becoming a teacher. Unfortunately, she loses her mother in a tragic accident. When her father remarries, her cruel stepmother moves in and steals Ha-won's college tuition. She is forced to take on part-time jobs to make payments for her mother's memorial and her college tuition. She meets an older man, chairman of large corporation, who convinces her to move into his mansion with his 3 grandsons, who are heirs to his family fortune. Between the rebel-minded loner Kang Ji-woon, playboy money machine Kang Hyun-min and the super-sweet singer Kang Seo-woo, Hwa-won finds herself in the middle of the hottest love quadrangle to ever befall a modern fairy tale. Rounding out the mansion's chaebol lifestyle are Lee Yoon-sung, who serves as the cousin's handsome bodyguard, and Park Hae-ji, a girl who has been neighbors and in love with Hyun-min since childhood. Number 7. Crazy Love. No Go-jin is the most popular mathematics instructor in the private education field and the CEO of Got Up Education. Even though he has only a high school level education, he has achieved all of his success due to his extreme intelligence. He seems like a perfect man with a handsome appearance, high IQ, and wealth. He is also narcissistic. One day, he is suddenly warned that he will be murdered. Lee Shin-ae works as No Go-jin's secretary. She is a diligent and responsible employee. Due to her quiet and introverted personality, she has little presence with her boss No Go-jin and her colleagues at work. Her colleagues begin to recognize her, because she has worked for the notorious No Go-jin for more than 1 year. She then learns that she does not have much time left to live. Number 8. Good Job. Eun Sun-woo is a chaebol among chaebols who owns the Eun Group and also runs a detective agency. From a young age, Eun Sun-woo has shown a brilliant mind and shockingly unparalleled athletic abilities. He is a figure who is completely different in his 2 lives as a detective and as a chairman of a group, easily switching from being conceited to being a gentleman. Don Se-ra is a cheerful person who was born with supervision. In order to hide her powers, Don Se-ra goes around wearing a thick pair of glasses to secretly use her ability. While taking on numerous odd jobs in order to help the people around her, she meets Eun Sun-woo and begins a chaotic love story. That was all the 8 best Korean dramas where the rich boy falls for the poor girl. If there are any dramas that you think should have been in this list, let me know in the comments and don't forget to like and subscribe.